They lied to you from the very start. From the moment you were born, they injected a poison into your mind. They disguised it as morality, wrapped it up in the promises of virtue, and stitched it into every story you heard. They told you that to be good, you had to give everything. They told you that selflessness was the highest honor. They made you believe that true strength meant always putting others first, and that love was only real if you never put yourself before anyone else. But let me ask you, what if that was all a lie? What if being good is just a mask they put on you to keep you weak, to keep you useful? You were taught that kindness wins, but in reality, kindness makes you a target for the ones who know exactly how to take without ever giving back. You've been playing the game by their rules, and it's time to stop. The world doesn't reward the martyrs. It forgets them, it chews them up, and it spits them out. It builds monuments to those who take, who claim, who dominate, who don't apologize for prioritizing themselves. The powerful are not the ones who apologize for their desires, for their choices, for choosing themselves. They do not wait for permission. They don't beg for acceptance. And while you've been taught to bleed for others, they've been learning how to drink from the blood of fools who confuse self-sacrifice with strength. Every time you gave away your energy, your time, your loyalty to people who wouldn't do the same for you, you lost. Every time you said yes when your soul screamed no, you broke your own spine just to make others comfortable. And the worst part, that guilt they put in you, that little voice that makes you think you owe them, it's a leash, and you've been wearing it your whole life. But there comes a moment, a cold, shattering moment, when you realize that being good is just a costume you've been wearing to please others, to fit in, to avoid discomfort. And it's time to take that mask off. You're not here to wear costumes anymore. You're here to win. And winners are selfish, not careless, not cruel, but calculated. They are unapologetically focused on their rise because they understand one thing. No one is going to build your empire for you. You either serve your ambition or you serve someone else's. So let's talk about that. The most important decision of your life. The one you've been avoiding, but you can't anymore. Selflessness is a prison. It's the invisible cage they locked you in without you ever realizing it. From the moment you were born, you were conditioned to believe that self-sacrifice was noble. You were told that the highest virtue was to abandon yourself for others. They made you believe that if you gave enough, one day the world would repay you. But here's the truth. The world doesn't repay you. It devours the naive. It ignores the ones who give endlessly, the ones who serve without reward, the ones who bleed for others with nothing in return. The world does not reward the kind, it rewards the strategic. The ones who understand that time, energy, and loyalty are not free. They understand that every ounce of effort they give must multiply, or it's a wasted resource. The ones who build their empire through selectiveness, not by being available to everyone. You don't earn loyalty by giving endlessly. You earn it by being rare, by being valuable, and by being someone who chooses when and how to give, never out of obligation. Because when you give without boundaries, you are not respected. You are exploited. You are taken for granted. The ones who give everything away are the first to be abandoned when things get tough. No one clings to the selfless when the game gets bloody. They cling to the strong, and the strong don't bleed for everyone. The strong are not desperate. They are not available at every beck and call. And here's the truth they don't want you to know. Every empire, every power structure, every great leader, they were built by the selfish, not the careless, not the foolish, but the strategically selfish. The ones who put their vision above opinions, their mission above relationships, their time above comfort. They don't hate others. They simply refuse to betray themselves. They understand that their energy is currency and they spend it where it multiplies. While you waste your time fixing everyone else's problems, someone else is building their kingdom, unapologetically. So what's the answer? What's the real truth? The truth is simple. You must stop explaining yourself. Stop apologizing. The powerful do not apologize for putting themselves first. They don't feel guilty for choosing themselves, for choosing their goals, for choosing their legacy. They feel guilty when they waste time on people who don't matter. Now let me pause here and ask you to do something important. If this is starting to hit home, if you're realizing that maybe you've been living with the wrong mindset all along, take a moment, click that subscribe button and join us on the Mind's Mirror channel. We'll dive deeper into how you can stop being used, stop being invisible, and start taking control of your life. And trust me, you'll want to see what's coming next. Let's get back to it. You've been living a lie. You've been taught that the ultimate virtue is to put everyone before yourself, that to be a good person, you must give, give, and give. But when was the last time being selfless made you powerful? When did saying yes out of guilt ever bring you closer to your goals? How many times have you shrunk yourself, adjusted your desires, or abandoned your needs just to make others feel comfortable? And what did it earn you? Nothing. But resentment. People still left. People still betrayed you. They still took you for granted. And that's because the world doesn't respect the one who gives everything. No, it respects the one who could give everything, but doesn't. That's power, restraint, not obedience, control, not surrender. The real danger, though? They want you to believe that being selfish means being heartless. They want you to think that if you prioritize yourself, you'll become some monster, some cold, indifferent figure. But that fear, it's just another leash. They want you to believe that your selflessness is noble when it's just the tool that keeps you weak. The real monsters are the ones who drain you while calling it love. The ones who benefit from your silence, from your compliance, from your selflessness. They fear your selfishness because it threatens their control. Because when you choose yourself, you stop playing by their rules. You stop being the one who sacrifices everything for the sake of others. You stop being the pawn in their game. And once you make that choice, once you choose to prioritize yourself, you stop being their resource. You stop being their emotional outlet. And that's when power begins. Machiavelli understood this centuries ago. Power isn't about being loved. It's about being respected. The one who gives too much is seen as weak, desperate, but the one who gives selectively, on their terms, they're seen as commanding, as a leader, as someone who must be earned. Here's the paradox. The less you give, the more people want. The more you say no, the more your yes becomes priceless. So let me ask you, when was the last time you said no without feeling guilty? When was the last time you put yourself first, unapologetically? How often did you compromise your time, your energy, your needs, just to make someone else feel better? You don't owe your life to anyone who didn't help build it. You don't owe your time to anyone who treats it like it's free. And you don't owe your loyalty to anyone who sees you as a tool rather than a force. You want to be powerful? Stop explaining. Stop apologizing. Time, energy, focus. These are the currencies of kings, the blood that fuels your empire. Every time you give them away without calculation, you're bleeding for free. And in the world of power, that's suicide. The truly powerful guard their resources like tyrants, not because they fear people, but because they have the clarity to understand their worth. They understand that every yes is a no to something greater. Every moment wasted on meaningless people, pointless conversations, or petty obligations is a moment stolen from your growth, from your strategic advantage, from your rise. You think being generous makes you loved? It doesn't. It makes you accessible. And accessibility kills mystique. It destroys leverage. The more available you are, the less valuable you become. People start to assume you'll always be there, always pick up the call, always drop everything for them. But the second you withdraw, the second you stop being their convenience, they panic. Why? Because deep down, they knew they were feeding on you. They just hoped you'd never realize it. The selfish don't waste time arguing, proving, or explaining. They cut coldly, quietly, and they don't look back. They eliminate distractions like a surgeon removes tumors. No hesitation, no sentiment. You want loyalty? You want respect? Start setting a price on your time. Stop giving it away for free. Stop being the emotional provider for the needy. The world doesn't reward the generous. It exploits them. Because generosity without control is just weakness in disguise. You think you're helping? Number. You're training people to expect your resources without giving anything in return. And once they expect you for nothing, they'll never respect you. They'll consume you like a free sample, and once they're done, they'll toss you aside, forgotten. This is the truth they don't teach you. When you give freely, people don't thank you. They adjust their standards. They believe access to you is normal, deserved. And the moment you pull back, they act betrayed. But that betrayal, that's the sign. It's proof that they were never loyal to you. They were loyal to what they could take from you. You must make your value expensive, your time rare, your approval earned. Don't give freely what others should be chasing. Power is built on scarcity. When your presence is predictable, your value declines. When your help is guaranteed, your image fades. You become just another option, one more name on the list. The powerful are never optional. They are the prize, the question, the standard. Their attention shifts rooms. Their approval changes minds. And they've trained the world to understand, I don't come easy. I don't come free. This isn't cruelty. This is survival. You want to know why most people stay invisible? Because they've been taught to trade their power for acceptance. They've been taught that being liked is more important than being feared. That saying yes makes them loved when it only makes them used. They silence themselves to keep the peace. They shrink themselves to avoid judgment. And they call that virtue number. That's voluntary weakness. And power despises the weak. So be selfish. Wake up. Think about you, your mission, your energy, your edge. Stop apologizing for protecting your time. Stop explaining your standards. Stop feeling bad for cutting people off. You don't owe anyone your destruction just to prove your loyalty. You don't owe anyone your light just because they're stuck in the dark. If they want access to you, they better rise to your level. And if they can't, let them go. This is not cruelty. This is evolution. If this resonated with you, if it made you rethink how you've been living, like this video, subscribe to The Mind's Mirror, and share this with someone who's been giving too much for far too long. This world doesn't need more nice guys. It needs more unshakable ones. Power is built, and it starts with you. Don't forget that.